Yo, this is Blokees at their absolute best. And unless you've been living under a rock, you know that what we're staring at is Blokees TFP Optimus Prime Action Edition model kit. And in today's video, I'm going to take you through a quick assembly so that you can truly appreciate everything that's packed into this marvelous model kit. Let's go. So here's what it looks like out of the box. Man, look at all those pieces. 328 to be precise. And while the instructions do show that you can just pop the parts off the runners, we're going to use some Tamiya clippers to keep it clean. We're going to start with the head, and you're going to notice a certain theme throughout the build, and that is the abundance of layers. Yo, and check out this crazy bit over here, the inside faceplate. Yo, he looks like a Tusken Raider with those crazy eyes. Then you just pop the face on, add the dome. Oh, and that little crest piece on the top, they're actually going to remove that for the face swap, but unfortunately I don't show it here. The neck joint is a translucent piece, and it's done intentionally so that when you do the light up gimmick, the matrix and the eyes will light up. Alright, and so now we're done with the head, and we're going to move on to the torso, and this one is quite involved. Honestly, I was shocked by how much articulation is built within the frame. There are independent parts for the shoulders, the ab crunch, and a variety of other pieces that you're going to see through the assembly process. And you're going to see that there's a lot of doubles built in. A double shoulder, a double elbow, a double knee, and to some extent a double ab crunch as well, even though you don't get too much range of motion out of it. And this is pretty much the assembly of the sole block. And by sole block, I mean that cubic little piece that sits inside all Blokees model kits. And check out the sophistication of the hip joints being assembled. I mean, I'm just blown away. Maybe for you Gunpla fans out there, this is nothing new, but for us Transformers man, this is an incredible piece of engineering and manufacturing. And now you can see the assembly of the matrix chamber. That clear bit over there is going to be transmitting the light that's going to be found within the sole block. And the matrix itself, I actually originally flubbed and I missed a translucent piece, but I fixed it in post. And after that, it will tab in very securely within the chest. And here's a demonstration of how the chest is going to close. Do be mindful because the tolerance is a bit tight, and so you'll have to be careful when you move it in and out. And did I mention that our boy is layered? Dude, look how many layers he's had on the cowl area and the lats coming together. I really dig this kit so much. And now with the inner frame almost complete, we can finally start layering on the red. The red that they use is this beautiful, bright cherry red, and honestly, I don't know how they captured that luster, but it is a beautiful hue of red. Oh, and now you can see the lower half of the matrix chamber being built. It actually consists of 5 parts. There's an overarching part, a singular part from the top of the chest, and the 2 pectoral areas and the 2 areas by the ribs. And as we start moving outward, you can see more and more of the silver bits and the first little bit of blue. And finally, some of that beautiful red chest armor. Now it's starting to come together, right? And as we start fleshing them out with the additional silver bits, like the abs and the waist area and the under half of the matrix, I start asking myself, hey, is this what Primus feels like? Oh, and here's the top piece for the matrix chamber, the windshield of the truck. And man, look how many pieces are involved in making this. Providing all those little knuckle joints really allows it to articulate in a manner in which is pleasing to the eye. And once you're done, you'll attach that piece to the windshield and then attach that piece to the chest, and look at that. Really coming together. And at this point, can you seriously believe how many individual components there are to the torso? Honestly, they could have taken some shortcuts if they wanted to, but man, that is not what Blokees does. The individual parts that are layered on top of each other, they create this depth, they create shadows, and it makes it feel so much more real, more than just a model kit in your hands. Oh, and by the way, the tires are super well done. The rubber feels great, it sits great outside the wheel, and they got this solid kind of gummy feel to it. It's very satisfying. Oh, and see that red bar that I just installed and this external piece? Well, this is removable. And why is it removable? Well, it's because that you can swap it with Tarn's backpack. It is explicitly stated within the instructions, so this might be a future gimmick that they start leaning into, and I am here for that. And we're almost done. Just add the little blue pieces on the side for the hips, and Viola granola, look at that, Matt. And with that out of the way, we're going to move on to the arms, and boy, you're going to be shocked by how much articulation is built into these things. And what's really interesting is that during the assembly process, because you're just kind of following instructions, you don't actually understand how the mechanism works. Because once it's complete, you almost have this aha moment, and you're like, wow, I assembled all that? That's crazy. And here's the forearm being built. Man, the forearm and that elbow structure is so very sophisticated. It has this whole contract and expand and bend gimmick that provides for some beautiful range of motion. And by the way, for the shoulder pauldron that's being built, he also comes with another version that has a Decepticon logo. Why is that, by the way? At one point, did Optimus Prime go rogue or something like that? Sorry, I'm not that familiar with TF Prime. Maybe you can elucidate me. But anyway, back to the assembly, and you can see the forearm coming together. The inner track was just completed, allowing for that whole contract and expand mechanism that I mentioned earlier. And so now we're just finishing it off with the final layers. Oh, and this bit over here, this is an opening flap on the forearm that allows you to plug in the blades. That's pretty neat. And now we're just going to add a couple more layers to complete the look, and Viola Granola, the arms are done, son. And now we're moving on to the feet and the legs, and I just wanted to say that I am intentionally omitting the assembly of the weapons and the hands and stuff like that as well. Too much minutia and stuff like that, and so I hope you understand. And speaking of minutia and details, goodness gracious, look how many parts compose the foot. Wow-wee. I mean, seriously, I am in so much awe and appreciation of the designers who envisioned this model kit. When I spoke with the Blokees head of product, he actually told me that a lot of the designers have backgrounds in gunpla, in both a professional and a personal space. So it doesn't surprise me, actually, that level of meticulousness and ingenuity transferred over into this craft. And now we just completed the foot, and we're going to move on to the thighs. And we're nearing the end of our journey, friends. And if you watched along this far, are you not impressed by how much detail is baked within this kit? I mean, I am. I'm actually blown away. I've assembled every Blokees Action Edition up to this point, and I'm telling you, man, nothing compares to this experience here. And right here, you can see the knee mechanism being assembled, and oh my goodness, it's really a beautiful piece of art. I really like how the thigh and the knee come together. There's all that beautiful layering that I mentioned, but there's also some sandwiching as well. Two parts will sandwich an individual piece, and then it'll get pinned through with another part, similar to like a toothpick in a sandwich. We actually saw it earlier with the abdomen piece, but I forgot to mention it. And now here are the thighs sandwiched together, and we're going to pin it through using that bolt. And now that we're complete with the framework, we're going to start building on the layers. And this piece I really like, especially the wheel wells. Looking good, right? And here they are in that beautiful rich blue. I will say that I didn't do a separate piece where I assembled the tires, but I mean, I think you can figure it out. And now we're plugging in the ankle flaps and those beautiful gummy tires. I don't know what it is about them. I enjoy them so much. They just feel really nice to touch. And now with most of the inner frame complete, we're going to be adding the additional details like the exhaust and the little lights. And as for the shin guard, there's a silver gray bit that actually goes right above the knee, but I totally forgot to install it, but I fixed it in post, and so sorry about that. And pretty much that's about it. And so now we're going to connect the foot, and I'll give you a quick 360 of the leg, and that is very beautiful. And check out this articulation. Oof, look at that. And now let's move on to the obligatory Voltron combination sequence. Form feet and legs, or hips in this instance. Form arms and body and shoulders and other parts, and I'll form the head. And that, my friends, completes the quick assembly of Blokees TFP Optimus Prime Action Edition model kit. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.